All right, Alyssa, you're asking if you take most AP and honors courses with the 18-course track, will that be competitive for out-of-state colleges? Most likely, yes. That's what I was trying to describe when I mentioned about the academic. In order to be competitive, you want to include some honors and rigorous courses like AP courses in there. Now, if you're planning to apply to out-of-state, like you mentioned, my advice is start calling those schools since you're a homeschooled student, and what you want to do is you want to ask them a couple questions. Number one, what are they looking for from a homeschooler applying to their school? You want to know that. Because right now what I'm telling you is what our state universities here in Florida will be looking for. You want to know what do they look for on a transfer from a homeschooler applying to their school. You want to know about what SAT scores they require. Okay? So then let them tell you, let them describe it to you, and that'll give you a guide as to how to fill in your 18 credits or if you're going to have to do the 24. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about courses. All right, we're going to slow down a second here. This picture right here shows you 3 ways of completing your credits. You can either finish it as a regular track, as an honors track, or you can complete it as a rigorous track. Okay? This gives you a big picture of how to follow the track. As you can tell, all of our courses that are core courses like English and math and sciences, they all can be taken for either regular track courses, or regular courses, or you can take it as an honors. If you want to put some teeth into your course, then you definitely want to get some honors in there. Now, do you have to follow entirely either honors or entirely rigorous or entirely regular? No. You can mix and match. So let's say that you're really good in math. Well, then maybe in math you want to follow, honors and AP tracks and stuff like that. But you know what? You're not that great when it comes to history. Well, then maybe you'll just want to follow the regular when it comes to history. So you can pretty much mix and match. What you want to do is wherever you are strongest at. If your strongest subject is math or history or English, then you want to pick from honors or rigorous. Because that's what's going to show your college that this is what you're good at. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. So do you have to follow one column straight down? No. You can mix and match between regular, honors, and rigorous. But my advice is when you're taking honors and rigorous, make sure that it's a subject that you feel comfortable with. Does it have to be your favorite subject? No. But a subject that you feel comfortable with, because the courses will be more rigorous, the courses will be more time consuming. When you're taking an honors course, you're looking at about 6 to 7 hours of study time per course. And when you're talking about an AP course, like AP Language or AP History, AP Calculus that are said, you're talking about maybe 8 hours of study time for that course, at least, 8 to 10. So keep in mind, you don't have to go down one whole column, okay? But you can definitely mix and match between the columns, but always keep in mind that the honors and the rigorous tracks will require more study time at home. So this is just a quick glance at what the courses are. Let me break it down for you. Before we even go into the 9th graders, I want to touch upon something I just briefly mentioned. When I was saying that you want to mix and match and show off your strong suit, is because you got to keep in mind, just like when you're applying to a job, you show them your resume, like where you've had experiences before, your volunteer hours, where you've worked before. Well, you know what? Your transcript, that's your resume to the college. That's your resume for that university you want to apply to. So what you want to do, you want to have your transcript be a solid transcript. Make sure that that transcript, the courses you've taken, show them who you are. Because that's the first glance they're going to have on seeing who you are. They're going to know if Bethany's a great student based on the courses she takes and the grades she earns. But they're also going to know if Elizabeth isn't afraid of taking some rigorous courses and is really ready for college. Is she really ready for the environment? So keep in mind that the transcript is what it's going to show you off to them. So you want to complete some honors and AP courses, like I said, in the subjects where you typically feel comfortable with or that you excel at, because you want to show off. You want to tell them, you know what, I'm a great student when it comes to English. So I'm going to be taking AP English Literature and AP English Language because I'm great at it. And like I said, go beyond the minimum. Remember I said you have to take academic electives, be it in the 24 or the 18 credit tracks. Go beyond the minimum. If you can take an extra history, why stop at 3 credits? If you can take an extra science, why stop at 3 credits? If you're really good at foreign languages and you've done that in 1 and 2, and you've done really well in it, why not go for Latin 3? Show off. I love to say that word because that's exactly what you got to do with your transcript. You got to show off. You got to show them who you are on paper before they get to even see who you are in person. So create a solid academic transcript. 9th graders. Do I have any 9th graders in the house? I forgot. I know I have a couple 10th graders and seniors. I do have a 9th grader. All right. Alyssa. All right. Well, this is a snapshot of the first little line that I showed you before. As you can see, you got the regular, you got the honors, and you got the rigorous. What I want to talk to you, Alyssa, as a 9th grader, is that this is the year that you want to start working on your community service. You want to make sure that you have started doing some community service somewhere. Because if you plan to apply to Bright Futures, Florida Bright Futures, the high end of that scholarship requires 75 community service hours. Some universities will require students to come into their school with community service. The community service projects are also a great way for you to get some experience, so when you're applying to college, you can write your essays based on the things you've learned. So this is a great time for you to start earning your community service hours. And my advice is go for 75. If you want to know a minimum, go for 75. This is also a great year for you to take the PSAT or the plan. The PSAT and the plan are practice exams for the SAT and the ACT. These exams are offered at the local high school in the month of October. So if you're a homeschool student, 9th grader, okay, it's already passed, but you know what? You can also take it in 10th. PSAT, practice SAT, plan, practice ACT. These are great tests for you to consider. They offered in October at the local high school, and I would register maybe in August when the school opens up, find the testing chairperson at the school, and register for those exams. If you want some information on how to prepare for those tests, here are a couple links that you can definitely visit. These are great exams for you to start practicing with in your 9th grade year, your 10th grade year, and your 11th grade year. So visit collegeboard.com, check out the PSAT and the SAT, and definitely visit actstudent.org to check out the plan. And I really advise if you're a 9th grader or 10th grader or even an 11th grader and you just want to get some practice on those exams, go for it. Because these are great ways of just taking the test, see how you do, get used to the exam, get used to the environment, get rid of those nerves that come with SATs. Okay? And another test I want you to start keeping in mind is not necessarily for 9th grade, but it'll be the CPT. It's actually called now PERT, P-E-R-T. And this is the exam that's required to enter a Florida college, like Miami-Dade College, Broward College, Lake Community College, all of those colleges. So you definitely want, if you're a senior, to start thinking about that test and check it out. And I'm going to get back to the PERT in a second when I talk about dual enrollment. 10th graders. I know I have a couple 10th graders in the house, and Alyssa, you're going into 10th grade, so you really do want to listen to this. 10th graders, again, here's a snapshot of the 3 tracks we already discussed. Again, what I want to highlight for the 10th graders, keep going. Keep working on your community service hours. Keep going. If you already took the practice PSAT in 9th grade, and take it again. Why not? Go for it again in 10th grade. The more you practice, the better. And this is the year for you to start considering AP courses and dual enrollment. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. If you have been following honors, the honors courses in one of the subject matters, this is the year for you to start thinking about maybe doing some AP and dual enrollment courses. Let me talk a little bit about dual enrollment. Who has no clue what dual enrollment is? Give me a sad face or squiggly face if you have no clue what a dual enrollment is. Oh, seems like all of you do know what dual enrollment is. Awesome. Well, dual enrollment is a great way for you to earn college credits while you're in high school. So mom, dad, if you're listening, this is a way for you to save money for college. This is a way to get started with those college credits early. This is a way to not have to spend so much out of pocket when you get there. A great way of saving money and a great way for you to start earning some college credits early. Ms. Martin has posted there a link. It's an awesome link to a PDF document. In that document, you can see all of the possible college courses offered at your local community college or Florida college that also counts for high school. So in other words, a dual enrollment course not only gives you college credit when you finish it, but it also counts for your high school. So for example, let's say you're a junior and you got into dual enrollment and you take ENC 1101. Well, that's English. That course not only satisfies college English, which is the first English you have to take when you get there, but it also meets the requirement credit for your 11th grade English. So you don't have to do English 3, you can take ENC 1101 and shoot 2 birds with 1 stone. A great thing about dual enrollment is that if you can get into dual enrollment, you can pass that CBT, that PERT exam to get into it, you can actually, by the time you finish high school, you can finish with a degree. I've known students who have started dual enrollment in the early part of their junior year, and by the time they finish high school, they actually have an associate's degree or even a technical certificate in an area. Wouldn't it be cool if you could finish high school with already either college half done or at least with a certificate in something that you can go straight from high school to work at somewhere? Think about that. That's what dual enrollment does, but you do have to get in it. Dual enrollment requires for a student to take the PERT, the CPT exam. You have to pass that test. That test has 2 parts. It has an English part and a math part. And not necessarily do you have to pass both parts to qualify. If you pass the English part, then you can qualify for all of the English-based courses of dual enrollment, like ENC 1101, American History, all of that. If you pass the math part, then you qualify for all the math-based courses, which is your math, your sciences, your computer science courses. So this is something really great for you 10th graders to start thinking about. Something for even juniors to start contemplating about. Dual enrollment. Great way to earn some money, a great way, not earn some money, but to save money, and a great way for you to earn some college credits. AP courses. AP courses are college-level courses offered within the high school years. Florida Virtual School offers, I believe right now, 10 AP courses. AP courses, like I said, are college-level classes for high school credit. So in other words, you could take a course like AP Language, English Language. That's the 11th grade one. And you take the course. When you pass the course, you get your high school credit. And then you go down to your local high school and take the AP exam, which is offered in the spring. The AP exam is offered in May of every spring. And you take the AP exam, and if you pass it with a score of 3, 4, or 5, when you get to college, they will give you college credit. How much? It all depends on the college. Some colleges will give you 1 credit, 2 credits, 3 credits. It all depends. But it's another way for you to earn some college credits or to at least fill in your transcript with some rigor. What would I recommend, dual enrollment or AP? Either one. Both. Why not do both? AP courses, what differs mainly between the AP course and the dual enrollment is the AP exam.